闭眼背雅思单词。
ing striking
显著的，惹人注目的。
He bears a striking resemblance to Lenin.
他与列宁有着不同寻常的相似之处。
He bears a striking resemblance to Lenin.
Costume
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 戏装，成套服装。
Carol boasted about her costume.
卡罗尔吹嘘着她的戏装。
Carol boasted about her costume.
Surface
surface
，surface
浮出水面，浮现，显露，在上加表面。
He surfaced, gasping for air.
他浮出了水面，大口喘着气。
He surfaced, gasping for air.
Fatigue
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 疲劳，
Red eyes denote strain and fatigue.
眼睛发红显示紧张和疲劳。
Red eyes denote strain and fatigue.
Majority
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 多数，大多数。
The vast majority live further inland.
大多数人居住在更远的内陆。
The vast majority live further inland.
Reduce
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 减少，缩小，简化。
They were reduced to extreme poverty.
他们沦落到极度贫困的地步。
They were reduced to extreme poverty.
Unsanitary
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 不卫生的。
Discharge of raw sewage into the sea is unsanitary and unsafe.
向大海里倾倒污水，既不卫生也不安全。
Discharge of raw sewage into the sea is unsanitary and unsafe. Crown crown Crown
王冠、花冠、齿冠。
How long does it take to have crowns fitted?
镶齿冠需要多长时间？
How long does it take to have crowns fitted?
Inactive
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 不活动的，懒散的。
He certainly was not politically inactive.
他在政治上当然不是无所作为。
He certainly was not politically inactive.
Aggressiveness
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 侵略、争斗、攻击。
Her aggressiveness and self-righteousness caused prickles of anger at the back of his neck.
他的咄咄逼人和自以为是让他很生气。
Her aggressiveness and self-righteousness caused prickles of anger at the back of his neck.
Operate
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 运转、动手术、起作用、操作、经营。
How do accounting records operate?
结算记录是如何运作的？
How do accounting records operate?
Congested
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 拥挤不堪的，充塞的。
He promised to clear the city's congested roads.
他承诺要清理城市拥塞的道路。
He promised to clear the city's congested roads.
Verdict
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 裁定、定论、判断、意见。
We intend to appeal the verdict.
我们打算对此裁决提出申诉。
We intend to appeal the verdict.
Shareholder
shareholder.
Shareholder.
股票持有人，股东。
Companies report to their shareholders annually.
各公司每年向其股东们汇报一次。
Companies report to their shareholders annually.
Stereo.
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 立体声的。
This is FM Stereo 103.7.
这里是调频立体声广播103.7兆赫。
This is FM Stereo 103.7.
Pursuit.
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 追求，寻求。
They both love outdoor pursuits.
他们俩都喜欢户外活动。
They both love outdoor pursuits.
Proportion.
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 比例，部分，相称。
In the tropics, plants grow to huge proportions.
在热带，植物长得很高大。
In the tropics, plants grow to huge proportions.
Penalize.
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 惩罚、处罚、判罚，使处于不利地位。
Some of the players may, on occasion, break the rules and be penalized.
一些选手可能偶尔会犯规并受到处罚。
Some of the players may, on occasion, break the rules and be penalized.
Bankruptcy.
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 破产，彻底失败。
After the war, the firm came near to bankruptcy.
战后，这家公司濒临破产。
After the war, the firm came near to bankruptcy.
Exclusively.
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 专有的，专门的。
Today he was able to focus his message exclusively on the economy.
今天，他能够将重点聚焦在经济方面。
Today he was able to focus his message exclusively on the economy.
Signpost.
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 在设置路标。
Turn off at the signpost for the East 71st Street exit.
在指向东第71街出口的路标处转弯。
Turn off at the signpost for the East 71st Street exit.
Ruthless.
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 无情的，冷酷的，残忍的。
He had the ruthless streak necessary to carry him into the cabinet.
他有着跻身内阁所必须的冷酷品性。
He had the ruthless streak necessary to carry him into the cabinet.
Abhorrent.
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 可恶的，可恨的。
Racial discrimination is abhorrent to my council and our staff.
我的地方政府和全体工作人员与种族歧视水火不容。
Racial discrimination is abhorrent to my council and our staff.
Handicapped. handicaped. Handicapped.
残废的，有生理缺陷的。
It's going to be a home for handicapped children.
它将成为一家残疾儿童福利院。
It's going to be a home for handicapped children.
Dissolve.
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 溶解、解散、结束。
His newfound optimism dissolved.
他刚刚建立的乐观情绪消失了。
His newfound optimism dissolved.
Predominate.
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 统治、支配、占优势。
He wants to create a society where Islamic principles predominate.
他想创建一个伊斯兰教信念占主导地位的社会。
He wants to create a society where Islamic principles predominate.
Angle.
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 移向，使成角度移动。从报道，
Hold the knife at an angle.
斜握着刀。
Hold the knife at an angle.
Tradition.
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 传统、惯例。
This tradition is also firmly rooted in the past.
这个传统也牢固地植根于过去。
This tradition is also firmly rooted in the past.
Fluency.
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 流利、流畅、通顺。
His son was praised for speeches of remarkable fluency.
他的儿子非常流利的发言受到了表扬。
His son was praised for speeches of remarkable fluency.
Biometrics.
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 生物测定学。
Optic.
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 眼地视觉的、光学的。
The optic nerve is a part of the brain.
视觉神经是大脑的一部分。
The optic nerve is a part of the brain.
Immigrant.
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 移民、侨民。
Many of the immigrants are well educated.
许多移民受过良好的教育。
Many of the immigrants are well educated.
Urgent.
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 紧急的、紧迫的、催促的、急切的。
His voice was low and urgent.
他的声音低沉而急切。
His voice was low and urgent.
Systematic.
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 系统的、体系的。
They commenced a systematic search.
他们开始了系统的搜查。
They commenced a systematic search.
Hide.
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 把藏起来、隐藏。
There are no hidden extras.
没有任何隐蔽的额外费用。
There are no hidden extras.
Discovery.
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 发现，
Police have made a macabre discovery.
警察有了个可怕的发现。
Police have made a macabre discovery.
Flexitime.
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 弹性工作制。
Decouple. Decouple. Decouple.
减弱、减少。
The issue threatened to decouple Europe from the United States.
这个问题威胁到欧洲从美国分离出来。
The issue threatened to decouple Europe from the United States.
Corporate.
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 团体的、共同的、法人的、公司的。
He lost his job in a corporate takeover.
他在一次公司收购中丢掉了工作。
He lost his job in a corporate takeover.
Irrevocable.
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 无法取消的、不能改变的。
He said the decision was irrevocable.
他说过这项决定是不可改变的。
He said the decision was irrevocable.
Constant.
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 经常的、不断的、坚定的、永恒的、忠实的、持续的、不变的。
Inflation is a constant threat.
通货膨胀是一种持续的威胁。
Inflation is a constant threat.
Sift.
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 细查、筛、过滤。
Sift the flour and baking powder into a medium-sized mixing bowl.
把面粉或发酵粉筛到一个中号搅拌碗中。
Sift the flour and baking powder into a medium-sized mixing bowl.
Download.
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 下载。
Download free demos of our newest products and upgrades.
下载我们最新产品的免费演示版和升级版。
Download free demos of our newest products and upgrades.
Breakwater.
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 防浪堤。
Once outside the inner breakwater, we began to unfurl all the sails.
一出内防波堤，我们就开始展开所有的风帆。
Once outside the inner breakwater, we began to unfurl all the sails.
Diffuse.
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 散布、传播、漫射、扩散、弥漫。
Diffusing a light also reduces its power.
使光线漫射也会减弱其能量。
Diffusing a light also reduces its power.
Split.
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 分裂、分离、撕裂、裂开、劈开、分担、分享。
A piercing scream split the air.
一声刺耳的尖叫划破天空。
A piercing scream split the air.
Discretion.
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 判断力、谨慎、审慎、明智。
Discretion is not Jeremy's strong point.
谨慎不是杰里米的长处。
Discretion is not Jeremy's strong point.
Kneel.
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 跪。
She knelt by the bed and prayed.
他跪在床边祷告。
She knelt by the bed and prayed.
Petroleum.
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 石油。
Petroleum engineers plan and manage the extraction of oil.
石油工程师们规划并管理石油的提炼。
Petroleum engineers plan and manage the extraction of oil.
Novice.
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 生手、新手、初学者、新信徒、初学修士。
Students are categorized as novice, intermediate, or advanced.
学生分为新生、中级生或高级生。
Students are categorized as novice, intermediate, or advanced.
Helix.
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 螺旋、螺旋结构。
Level.
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 平的、水平的、同高度的、同等程度的、平稳的、冷静的。
The whole place is at sea level.
整个地区与海平面持平。
The whole place is at sea level.
Lever.
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 机器或设备的控制感、操纵感。
I put the coin in the machine and pulled the lever.
我把硬币投进机器，然后拉了控制杆。
I put the coin in the machine and pulled the lever.
Incoming.
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 进来的。
We keep a tape of incoming calls.
我们保留打进电话的录音磁带。
We keep a tape of incoming calls.
Preserve.
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 保护、维持、保存、保藏、编制。
We need to preserve the forest.
我们需要保护森林。
We need to preserve the forest.
Peripheral.
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 外围的、次要的、附带的。
Companies are increasingly eager to contract out peripheral activities like training.
公司越来越渴望把像培训这样的次要活动外包出去。
Companies are increasingly eager to contract out peripheral activities like training.
Disruption. disruption. Disruption.
动乱、打乱、破坏。
The plan was designed to ensure disruption to business was kept to a minimum.
该计划旨在确保对业务的妨碍保持在最低限度。
The plan was designed to ensure disruption to business was kept to a minimum.
Establish.
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 建立、确立、安置、使定居。
A bridgehead was established.
建立了一块滩头阵地。
A bridgehead was established.
Relevant.
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 有关的、相应的、适当的、中肯的、有重大意义的。
Is religion still relevant to most people's lives?
宗教和大多数人的生活还有关系吗？
Is religion still relevant to most people's lives?
Recipe.
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 食谱、方法、秘诀、秘方。
Omit the salt in this recipe.
去掉这个食谱中的盐。
Omit the salt in this recipe.
Domesticate.
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 驯养、教化，使喜爱家居生活。
Mom wasn't very domesticated.
母亲不是很喜欢干家务。
Mom wasn't very domesticated.
Tense.
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 拉紧的。
A bath can relax tense muscles.
泡个澡能放松紧绷的肌肉。
A bath can relax tense muscles.
Mental.
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 心理的、精神的、智力的。
The drug improved mental alertness.
这种药物提高了大脑的灵敏度。
The drug improved mental alertness.
Predominant.
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 卓越的、突出的、支配的、主要的、盛行的。
Mandy's predominant emotion was confusion.
曼迪的主导情绪是困惑。
Mandy's predominant emotion was confusion.
Deter.
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 威慑、吓住、锻炼。
It is time to go beyond the shibboleth that conventional forces cannot deter.
是时候摆脱那些传统力量无法阻止的旧观念了。
It is time to go beyond the shibboleth that conventional forces cannot deter.
Synthetic.
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 人造的、合成的、综合的。
Boots made from synthetic materials can usually be washed in a machine.
用合成材料做成的靴子，通常可以在机器里洗。
Boots made from synthetic materials can usually be washed in a machine.
Proclaim.
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 宣告、宣布、声明、显示。
He is a self-proclaimed racist.
他自称是种族主义者。
He is a self-proclaimed racist.
Bunch.
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 集中、挤在一起，使成一束。
What a bunch of scrooges.
真是一群吝啬鬼。
What a bunch of scrooges.
Apportion.
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 分派、分配。
The purpose of this exercise is not to apportion blame but to solve problems.
这项工作的目的不是追究责任，而是解决问题。
The purpose of this exercise is not to apportion blame but to solve problems.
Clockwise.
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 顺时针方向的地，
She walked clockwise around the circle.
他绕着圈顺时针走。
She walked clockwise around the circle.
Bow.
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 低下、弯腰、鞠躬。
I gave a theatrical bow and waved.
我夸张地鞠了一躬，然后挥了挥手。
I gave a theatrical bow and waved.
Facial.
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 面部的，面部用的。
There are exercises that taunt facial muscles.
有些练习可以让面部肌肉紧绷起来。
There are exercises that taunt facial muscles.
Regularity.
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 规律性、规则性、整齐、匀称。
Children seek out regularities and rules in acquiring language.
儿童在学习语言过程中会找出各种规律和规则。
Children seek out regularities and rules in acquiring language.
Hostility.
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 敌意、敌对、对抗、抵制、反对、否决。
When hostilities broke out, he joined up.
战争爆发后，他参了军。
When hostilities broke out, he joined up.
Decent.
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 大方的、体面的、像样的、正派的、合乎礼仪的。
He didn't get a decent explanation.
他没有得到一个合理的解释。
He didn't get a decent explanation.
Viable.
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 可行的、可实施的。生能自行生长发育的。
Cash alone will not make Eastern Europe's banks viable.
单靠现金不可能使东欧的银行维持下去。
Cash alone will not make Eastern Europe's banks viable.
Autobiography.
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 自传。
He published his autobiography last autumn.
他去年秋天出版了他的自传。
He published his autobiography last autumn.
switch,
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 改变、转变、转换、对调。
She switched on the bedside lamp.
她打开了床头灯。
She switched on the bedside lamp.
initiative,
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 倡议新方案，主动性、积极性、主动权。
We have the initiative, we intend to keep it.
我们拥有主动权，我们想要保持主动权。
We have the initiative, we intend to keep it.
consumer,
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 消费者、用户。
More farms are selling direct to consumers.
更多的农场在直接向消费者销售产品。
More farms are selling direct to consumers.
medication,
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 药物。
Medication is used sparingly.
药物治疗使用的很少。
Medication is used sparingly.
lobby,
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 游说。
The lobby is decorated in pastels.
门厅用柔和的淡色彩装饰。
The lobby is decorated in pastels.
drill,
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 钻，训练。
You'll have to disassemble the drill.
你得把这个钻头拆开。
You'll have to disassemble the drill.
acknowledge,
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 承认、确认、致意、感谢。
He saw her but refused to even acknowledge her.
他看到了她，但甚至都拒绝向她致意。
He saw her but refused to even acknowledge her.
clerk,
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 办事员、职员。
Jean clerked at the auction.
吉安在拍卖行做文书工作。
Jean clerked at the auction.
inflict,
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 把强加给，使遭受，使承受。
He is being treated for a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
他因开枪自残正在接受治疗。
He is being treated for a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
hereditary,
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 遗传的、遗传性的、可继承的、世袭的。
The position of the head of state is hereditary.
国家元首的职位是世袭的。
The position of the head of state is hereditary.
stance,
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 姿势、观点、立场。
Take a comfortably wide stance and flex your knees a little.
取两腿自然分开的站姿，双膝微屈。
Take a comfortably wide stance and flex your knees a little.
decrepit,
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 破旧的、衰老的。
The film had been shot in a decrepit old police station.
这部电影拍摄地点在一个破旧的老警察站。
The film had been shot in a decrepit old police station.
dormant,
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 休眠的、静止的、隐匿的。
Moving from spring to winter, active young is inevitably followed by dormant yin.
春去冬来，阳盛不可避免地被福音所取代。
Moving from spring to winter, active young is inevitably followed by dormant yin.
reconstruction,
reconstruction.
Reconstruction.
重建，再现，
Work began on the reconstruction of the road.
重修这条路的工作已经开始了。
Work began on the reconstruction of the road.
Inland.
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 向内地，
The vast majority live further inland.
大多数人居住在更远的内陆。
The vast majority live further inland.
Elbow.
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 肘，肘部，
His sleeves were rolled up to his elbows.
他的两只袖子被挽到了肘部。
His sleeves were rolled up to his elbows.
Upper.
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 上面的，地位较高的。
They were on the upper floor of the building.
他们在该建筑物的上层。
They were on the upper floor of the building.
Worthwhile.
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 值得花费时间的，值得做的。
The president's trip to Washington this week seems to have been worthwhile.
该总统本周的华盛顿之行似乎是值得的。
The president's trip to Washington this week seems to have been worthwhile.
Specialty.
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 特产，特长。
Fish and shellfish are the specialties.
鱼和甲壳类水生动物是特产。
Fish and shellfish are the specialties.
Delta.
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 三角洲，希腊字母表的第四个字母。
The less stable compounds were converted into a compound called delta ATHC.
不太稳定的化合物被转变成了一种称为 delta ATHC 的化合物。
The less stable compounds were converted into a compound called delta ATHC.
Mold.
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 用模子制作，浇筑，使形成，把塑造成。
He makes plastic reusable molds.
他制作可再次使用的塑料模子。
He makes plastic reusable molds.
Refectory.
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 餐厅、食堂。
Inviolable.
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 不可侵犯的，不容亵渎的，不容破坏的。
Yesterday's resolution says the present Polish border is inviolable.
昨天的决议说，现有的波兰边界是不可侵犯的。
Yesterday's resolution says the present Polish border is inviolable.
Very.
vary.